Welcome everyone, my name is Bella and I am over the moon to welcome you to Course 1, Session 1. We are going to dive deep into the fascinating world of water and sanitation. The objective of this session is to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of water, covering its origins, diverse applications, and the importance of conservation. This knowledge is crucial as water is a fundamental necessity for everyone's daily existence. The course will begin by exploring the origins of water, how it is naturally sourced, and the process that contribute to its formation. Moving forward, the various applications and uses of water in our daily life will be thoroughly discussed, highlighting its crucial role in sustaining life. Furthermore, this course highlights the importance of water conservation as a limited resource, adopting responsible practices to preserve water for future generations. Empower yourself to contribute to conservation efforts. Let's begin the first part. Before we discuss further, have you ever remembered when we were still in elementary school, our teacher would ask something like what resources will never run out? And the first thing we would answer was water, because water is the closest thing to us with a remarkably high use value in our daily lives. However, unfortunately, the fact that I will mention will make our children and grandchildren disappointed. Why? Due to the fact that basic drinking water is no longer a renewable energy, but let's say limited resources. In fact, according to WHO, only 2 out of 10 people in the world have access to basic drinking water. Isn't this a sad thing? Okay, maybe some of you will say that, oh, that's not a big problem because that is drinking water, so we have to pay a very close attention to its quality. Then what about the water we use for washing clothes, washing dishes, bathing? There must be a lot, but again, this will disappoint you. So according to facts from WHO and UNESCO, out of 400 million people living in the sub-Saharan area, only 103 million have access, not up to 50%. So this is very concerning. With population growth increasing, if we look at Southeast Asia, population growth is in the range of 2 to 8%. So our expectations for existing facilities are also increasing, one of which is clean water supply facilities. In fact, until now, the percentage figures for clean water and proper water are still not satisfactory. But don't worry guys, we can still learn how to manage water so we can run out of water for our daily lives. So don't skip this video. It's a bit odd if we haven't discussed the origin of water. What we know now is that Earth can run out of fresh water. Yep, that's right, because there is such a thing that we call it hydrological cycle, which is a continuous process which water moves from the Earth to the atmosphere and then returns back to the Earth. But how much do we actually have access to? It turns out that of the amount of water that is on this Earth, only 1% that we can use for our lives. However, don't imagine that 1% is very little. So the fact is that 45% of the total usability of water in our lives is used for bathing, and water for agriculture can reach 70%. So there are 5 sources of water that we can use. The first is spring, which we can use for drinking and cooking. Then the second is rainwater. So to be used, rainwater must be conserved first so that we can use it for washing. Then the third is the deep water well that we can use for washing hands, domestic consumption. The fourth is a river, which we can use for flushing toilets. Then the last one is shallow water well, which can be used for showering and dishwashing. So here is another question to you. Did you know that before the COVID-19 pandemic, our water use was 415 liters per day? Meanwhile, after the COVID-19 pandemic, water use increased sharply, reaching 995 liters per day, an increase of 300%. This is a very big number. So if you were at home yesterday all day long when pandemic, what did you use for the water? I really hope you're not wasting too much water at your house. Now, because of the fact that there is a sharp increase in water use, water conservation is one of the hot topics being discussed, because this is how we can manage water well. Water conservation is the efforts to maintain the existence and sustainability of the condition, nature, and function of water resources so that they are always available in sufficient quantity and quality for the present and future needs of living things. So, what can we do? The first activity we can do is to use water wisely. Don't waste your water. If the tap is almost full, please stop the faucet. The second one is Biopore. Biopore is now widely available on campuses as a form of support for water conservation as well. So you can see a lot on YouTube about installing biopores, and you can do this at your home. The next one is buying a bottle that can be used repeatedly. Then gardening, and also the last thing is that you must spread the news about what we have learned. So this is very important. But before you spread the news, let your neighbors see what you are doing. Then you can become their role model and the agent of change. That's all for this session, and please remember this: every action matters. Choose water conservation for a sustainable lifestyle. I am Bella. See you on the next session.